dices ahorita que me quieres a tu lado, qué lindo sería.
We're still talking football on the Sportsmax Zone, and round 2 action in La Liga will end shortly at the Estadio Montilive. Girona are leading Getafe by 3-1 at the moment. The other match on the day saw Elche hosting Almería at the Estadio Martínez Valero. That match ended in a 1-1 draw. Let's have a look at those highlights now from round 2 in Spain's top flight. There are the results though. Barcelona 4-1 over Real Sociedad. Athletic Madrid beaten at home by Villarreal. Athletic Bilbao 1-0 over travelling Valencia. Real Madrid 4-1 over Celta Vigo. Mallorca beaten at home by Real Betis 2-1. Osasuna 2-0 over travelling Cadiz. Valladolid earning a 1-1 draw at Sevilla, and Espanyol beaten at home 2-0 by Rayo Vallecano. So Barcelona on the weekend with a Robert Lewandowski brace getting their first victory of the season, and Lewandowski celebrating a birthday with his brace, of course celebrating the same birthday with the great man Usain Bolt, and Lewandowski getting the first 2 of what we expect Moran and George to be many in the Barcelona colours.
I have to say that, you know, this Barcelona team looked a bit more settled, and we have to remember that coming into this season there was everything that was going on at Barcelona except what we would have expected. The football, you know, the teams being sorted out, and that sense of peace of mind. So happy to see Robert Lewandowski getting those 2 goals yesterday. Goals also for Ousmane Dembele and Ansu Fati. Ansu Fati last season, we really didn't get to see much of him due to injury and whatnot, but he has also stepped up and, you know, shown signs of promises. So I'm looking forward now to see how Barcelona fares now that they seem to be sort of settled based on this win, but we'll have to see.
If ever a 4-1 win, not that it flattered Barcelona, but it never told the true story of the game. This wasn't a 4-1 game. Real Sociedad played really, really well and held things together for a long way in the contest. Ansu Fati's introduction changed the game. He came and he sprinkled some stardust on proceedings. That assist for Dembele, we just saw that in the replay. And his overall play and then his goal were very, very good. It just looked as if Barcelona needed that little bit of something, and he gave the something that they needed. And fans of the Catalan club will be crossing everything, hoping that the young man stays fit before this new season. Barcelona will be worth watching every week this season in La Liga. I can assure you of that. They look to be they have the potential to be very dangerous, and they look as if they have the potential to destroy teams. We don't want to see a high-powered team like this winning 1-0 or 2-1 or squeezing out a victory in a drab way. This Barcelona team is built to entertain, built to thrill, and you know, from the back forward, they are very strong. I was keen to see how Frenkie de Jong played in the absence of Sergio Busquets, and he did the job at holding midfield, although it was his error that gifted the Real Sociedad team the goal. But apart from that, not much that you could criticize them for. Perhaps a few early game struggles, but when this team is unsung, it will be worth watching every week on Sportsman to see what they do in La Liga.
Yeah, the pre-season look ahead to what may have happened with Lewandowski and how well he would have settled into this Barcelona offensive unit. Any questions answered over the weekend?
Yes, it looks as if the dovetailing will happen. I thought that perhaps it is that the team was still, even in his absence, Messi dependent, if you understand what I mean. The team wasn't built for a striker, a central striker, to really do the business. Because if you know, before Lewandowski, they had Fati, they had Depay. These are players who like to get involved in the build-up before the ball reaches the crucial sector where the striker is expected to finish the job. Fact is that Lewandowski, his introduction would change the mindset, change the approach, because now he doesn't necessarily want to be a part of build-up. He wants to be in the final sector to finish. So I was keen to see how they would fit that in and how quick it could snap into place. And admittedly, as I said, Real Sociedad gave them some work to do, but eventually they figured it out and they got it done. So I would say that the early sign is that concern has been eased sufficiently and will not be a concern for any longer than now.
Yeah, and I can tell you that Girona, who had started off the season beaten by Valencia, got off the mark today with a 3-1 victory over Getafe. That match is now complete. It was deep in stoppage time a couple of minutes ago when we started this segment. Now, Real Madrid are joint top of the table. Vinicius Jr. continued where he left off last season, bagging a goal and an assist in the 4-1 win over Celta Vigo, the same victory margin that Barcelona had, Mariah and George.
Yeah, except I felt as if Real Madrid was more dominant. I love how Real Madrid and Carlo Ancelotti, they make use of Vinicius Jr.'s speed. He's somebody, when he's on the field, it appears that you can't catch him, and I think that that's his superpower for Real Madrid. I was also looking forward to see how Real Madrid would have looked without Casemiro. They seem to have been doing fine without him. So Real Madrid, without a doubt, they are playing just like they played last season. And as you said, Vinicius Jr. lands, just picking up from where he left off.
At 22 years old now, beginning to mature in the league, and we saw signs last season, George, that he's ready to develop into a high-quality player.
Well, I've been hard on him in his time at Real Madrid for inconsistent displays, but I have to forgive him for that. I have to chide myself for being as hard on him as I was, because here's the truth. Football commentary influences us to think about the players in the way the commentators feel about the players, not necessarily how you feel about the player. And what has been true, we've been following this line from the commentators that Vinicius Jr. is erratic and he's this and the flaw here, flaw there. It's rubbish. A player who plays the way he does, who is always attacking the defender, who's always trying things, trying tricks. You're going to try tricks sometimes and they don't come off. You're going to give the ball away sometimes. You're going to make the wrong decision sometimes. It's part and parcel of the game, because when you follow some of especially the British commentators commentating on the football match, they make it look as if there have been players who have never mislaid a pass in their life, who always beat their man every time they run at their man, who always pick the right pass all the time, who always strike the ball in the right way. That player has never existed. That player isn't born it, and his mother is dead. The fact of the matter is that Vinicius Jr. is what you want in a footballer. He'll try to beat the fullback, he'll fail, but guess what? He's going to get the ball and he's going to go again.
Yeah.
And he's going to go again. And he's going to try a trick and lose the ball. He's going to try a trick and it's going to come off and he's going to create an assist or he's going to score a goal. The player is now believing fully that he is one of the best players in the world. And that's what we've seen from him throughout last season, and which he has brought over into this new campaign.
Yeah. Impressed with Vinicius, Mara?
Yeah, definitely impressed. As I said, I love the fact that he's so quick on the ball, Lance,
Yes.
and I think that will bear a lot of fruit for Real Madrid, especially because, Benzema, despite very skillful with the ball, he's still up in age, so you need a Vinicius Jr. to balance off a Benzema.
Okay, the La Liga top of the table having a strange look about it, but again, it's just 2 matches gone so far for the season. Villarreal, Betis and Osasuna joint leaders at the moment with Real Madrid. As you must recall or remember or keep in mind that La Liga lives on Sportsmax, the home of champions. All of the matches on weekend from Friday through to Monday. We go to break. Still a lot more to come on the Sportsmax zone. Back after this.
Que empieza la liga, yo sé que me dices que sí, que sí, que